Hey there, movie fans! Whether you're a die-hard film buff or just love a good story, you're in for a treat today. Today, I'm diving into the real-life journey of one of Hollywood's most charismatic and larger-than-life stars, Joson Momoa. He's the kind of actor who commands attention the moment he steps onto the screen, but his path to fame is anything but ordinary. You know him as Aquaman, Khal Drogo, or that guy who seems to make every role epic. From fantasy epics to superhero blockbusters, Jason's presence is unforgettable. But trust me, Jason's story goes way deeper than you might expect. Behind the muscles and the bravado is a tale of grit, heart, and relentless determination. Joson wasn't always a superstar. In fact, his early days were filled with uncertainty and big dreams that seemed almost impossible. He was born in Hawaii, raised by a single mom in Iowa, and spent his early years bouncing between two very different worlds. Imagine growing up surrounded by the beauty of the islands, then moving to the heartland of America. Talk about culture shock. That sense of being an outsider, it shaped who he is. Tough, resilient, and grounded. Joson learned early on how to adapt, how to stand tall even when he felt out of place. Now get this. Before acting, Joson wanted to be a marine biologist. Yeah, seriously, he was fascinated by the ocean and dreamed of studying marine life, inspired by his Hawaiian roots and love for nature. But life had other plans. At 19, he was discovered by a designer in Hawaii and landed a spot on Baywatch, Hawaii. Suddenly, he was thrust into the world of television, learning the ropes on the fly. But don't roll your eyes. Momoa's journey was just beginning. Baywatch might have been his first big break, but it was far from a golden ticket. After Baywatch, he hustled hard. Joson wasn't handed roles, he had to fight for every opportunity, often facing more rejection than success. There were years filled with odd jobs, selling t-shirts, working in a surf shop, you name it. He did whatever it took to pay the bills while chasing his dream. He auditioned, got rejected, and kept hustling. The grind was real and the setbacks were constant, but Joson never lost sight of his passion. But then, Stargate Atlantis came along, and suddenly, Joson was on the map. His role as Ronan Dex showed the world his intensity and unique style. Still, Hollywood didn't exactly roll out the red carpet. Even with a hit show under his belt, Joson faced plenty of closed doors and tough auditions. His big break, Khal Drogo on Game of Thrones, almost didn't happen. The competition was fierce, and the role demanded something extraordinary. Joson walked into that audition and, instead of reading lines, did a Maori war dance. It was bold, raw, and unforgettable, a true risk that paid off. That wild move, it totally worked. The casting directors were blown away, and Joson landed the role that would change his life forever. But real life wasn't all big roles and red carpets. Fame didn't guarantee security, and Joson faced some of his toughest times after Game of Thrones. After Game of Thrones, Joson struggled to find work. He was typecast, overlooked, and at times, completely broke. He was broke, a new dad, and Hollywood kept slamming doors. But he didn't quit. He leaned on his family, his heritage, and his unbreakable spirit. He tapped into his heritage, his love for storytelling, and kept fighting. Then came Aquaman, a role that would let him bring his true self to the screen. Joson brought his own swagger to the role, turning the superhero into a global icon. He redefined what it meant to be a hero, inspiring millions. He did his own stunts, pushed for more Pacific Islander representation, and made the character his own. Joson's commitment to authenticity set a new standard in Hollywood. Off-screen, Joson's an adventurer, a family man, and an advocate for the environment. He's passionate about protecting the planet and spends his free time exploring the wild with his loved ones. He's proud of his Hawaiian roots, and he's never afraid to show his goofy side. Just check his Instagram for proof. Whether he's pulling pranks or sharing moments with his kids, Joson keeps it real. So that's Joson Momoa, actor, dad, warrior, and all-around legend. His journey proves that with heart, hustle, and a little bit of wildness, you can overcome anything. Got a celeb you want me to cover next? Drop their name in the comments. I love hearing your suggestions and sharing more untold stories. And hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want more stories like this. Your support helps us bring more inspiring journeys to life. Until next time, keep those movie dreams alive. And remember, every legend starts somewhere.